Okay, let's go ahead. Libya and some other Middle East kingdoms and nations, in order to drastically cut down the rate of moral decadence or moral decay, especially for their children and generations yet unborn in the future. These nations and kingdoms, with Ethiopia inclusive to a particular dimension, shall pass on temporal laws, gov- temporal laws governing their nations for some long number of years, which we have to ban the operation of hotels, which we have to ban the operation of hotel businesses and services, except for some few, which may or may not be allowed to operate in chains or as a chain of hotels around other cities of the nation of these nations, but only to operate and do so legally as international hotels to only host foreigners and visitors like tourists and others entering the nation for a visit or any other purposes. That's those entering the nation, those from other cities, those who really necessarily need shelter. In this way, those who inhabit these nations will have no choice, be the citizens or foreigners to be the citizens or foreigners to become far much more responsible with their lifestyles, actions, reactions, and decisions they take in life. Since no normal human being with reasoning will want to use their own homes, houses, business centers, or shops, or any other properties of theirs for their escapade or illegal and immoral activities, especially as nocturnal activities at night time. The Lord God blesses this wisdom, for it shall help one. These are the help, these policies we give to these nations. One, it will help students to focus more and improve on their studies and performances, hence winning scholarships home and abroad to further their studies, acquire more know-how and wealth so as to come back and better their nations for their fellow countrymen. Two, many men and women, especially youngsters with establishment or jobs, shall spend wisely and save excesses over months and years. That will help them invest more on sole proprietor, one man business, which will not only boost and expand their empire, but shall also create job employment for many who are also beginning life or still in the growing process. Three, crime waves and prostitution, be they legal or hidden, shall drastically reduce. Four, since nocturnal activities must come to drastically reduce, murderers shall also flee the streets and roads. For few, okay, we yes, they will flee the streets and road for fear of being easily spotted and arrested to face their prison terms, since inland security will also become so heavy and tight through all street corners and road ends. And these nations will not only stop there, they shall they shall seal dilapidated buildings, incomplete structural buildings, caves, and all other suspicious structures around their nation, like tunnels, also, which have no owner or owners owning up to them or owning up to these strange properties, so that illegal, illicit, dangerous, and immoral activities ceases. Blessed be God forever. God knows the best. I'm just conveying you what God has shown me in the spirit.